Yes, let's start with ours, and it's alphabetically ordered on 3-day scale. Now, so ALS started going up with BTC, not a surprise, it was expected. Otherwise, they were really at a critical level. Some of them we saw last week, some of them were really at a low, and and few of them actually made a lower low, and we will see that. So again, I would say my way of explaining is not going to be different this week. I'm going to categorize them into same three categories, if or maybe four categories. So near the low, mid level, near the high, or if anyone has made higher high, which is not the case, but these are the four areas, and that's how it has to be, unless they start reaching at a higher level, right? As long as they are near, not at their previous high, they don't have any, any special comment. They would not, because they are under recovery. Only thing is, you have to see where they stand in terms of the recovery as far as the level is concerned. That's why again this session has to be in the same format, where we will see where they stand. And once they start making move on the upside, like even if they go, and then it makes sense, because then they'll have their own resistance. I gave interim resistance though, and but then once they start moving above their all-time high, then they will have their own resistance, and then all own life cycle, so to speak. Means they'll hit their target or resistance at their own different times, right? So then it makes sense. At this moment, everything is tied up with Bitcoin. Everything is would fall under one of the three areas. So let's say 1 inch is near this, near the low, right? It made a new low. As I said, few of the coins made new low, though there's no significant low, but yeah, there's a low here compared to um, May 25th. This coin is was different. It in May 19 was not so deep, then new low on May 25th, and then newer low. So this made a low. Awe, you see that it didn't make low. It held up very pretty well and bounced well. Now it is moving up. Now this is higher low, right? And but still it's not at a mid level. This is the top, this is the low, this is approaching the mid level or center. ADA had retested three times, which is interesting. Like this is more or less BTC, like low and then little lower than the May 19th low, and then higher low. Very much similar to BTC. But the bounce is not good as BTC in ADA. BTC is somewhere here. So you will notice the difference. Let me bring it up. Um, uh, or it may be similar. My bad. Similar. Little difference, but similar. Not that different. So, but yeah, I think the difference is, you see this trend line, it is below the trend line, where the BTC is above this trend line. That's the difference I was trying to make here. See, let me show you. This is what I mean. Okay, so you will see that some coins um, showing more strength, but the point is, I keep on repeating this thing, that never judge a coin based on 1 day, 2 day, 3 days kind of a move, and go after it, right? For an example, you see BZRX right now pumping at 15%. It doesn't mean whatever you have you leave and go after BZRX. Yeah, that's not the way. Different coin is going to pump at different times. And if someone just blind, if go after each and every one like that, then it's you're chasing a running target and you will never achieve what you want in reality. Okay, anyway, that's a different topic though. But this is not a race. Algo is looking good, right? This is like a nice move. So similar to ADA, very much I think there's no difference. In fact, like one, two, three lows, and at this angle, one, two, three, and then the angle, very much similar. That's why you would see that it doesn't make sense whether you have algo or ADA. It doesn't make any difference as far as profit or trade is concerned. Absolutely. And you can actually categorize all this coin into three categories for a reason. So you can I think that's why I'm going with this approach. You will say five coins fall into this category, five, some 10 of them are near the mid, some x number of coins are near the high, and so on. That's how you would see. Once they are above certain level, then you can say, okay, now they'll have their own resistance and all. Atom, you look at the atom. I changed the coin, but as if I haven't changed anything. Like I'm flipping, but you don't feel like I changed something. Yeah, because they are similar, having similar structure. So it doesn't matter whether you buy atom or algo. It doesn't matter at this stage. This is also similar. The height would be different, and price, of course, but very similar structure. BNB is good. The good thing about this is it didn't make new low, and it is always maintaining these high lows and now trying to recover, right? So this is one of the strongest coin I had highlighted earlier. See, because retention of value matters a lot. This made a new low, you see. So I think this is your self study. You can do this kind of self study. How much percentage drop, how much is the strength in the bounce, whether it made new low. You do this self study. I'm just giving you all these pointers and showing you what to look in. And this is not hard, very easy. And then you will start getting the feeling that which coin is more vulnerable, which coin is more volatile. You will start getting feel of it. And once you do, that will help you. So that is an additional tool that you would have for you to pick coins in future, right? So you will be able to filter out and choose coins in a better way when once you have this added tool with you. I mean the perspective and approach, right? So I'm showing you the pointers here. So CELR was actually under correction much before any other coin, and it continued and it is following this downtrend or channel very, like if you draw midline, it is like still following this, and once it reaches somewhere here, it is going to break this downtrend, and it is maintaining this base as far as low is concerned. But you can sometime, this is how you draw midline from this one, and you will get to know that this is how it is moving. Or you can, there's another approach. You can look at line chart. There's another way to look at, just convert, don't look at the candle and see the line chart. There's also another way, then you will understand. Okay, so it will reduce noise. So this is similar, isn't it? This is similar. You will be able to find out that CELR and Doge is similar as far as their correction is concerned. Like, you'll be able to visualize it now. You'll get that. You will develop that eyesight. I'm trying to give you pointers. It will take time, but you will get that eyesight. This is different TA, very different TA style. Um, my TA is a lot of visual thing, lot of visual. Of course, some math and calculation, but starts with visual patterns. Okay, this see, this is a weakness. The dot is a good coin, but sure it was weak in terms of retaining value compared to others, because see, it made a really deeper low, pretty deep. So this was really a sign of weakness, no matter how good the project is. EGLD, pretty good. You can make out nice bounce today, 8-9%, no new low. This is a strength. ATH is of course a good one, a quality one, right? It did make new low and looking really good, awesome. FIL showing the weakness because it was like under downtrend like this, not that it was not consolidating horizontally. So this is a sign of weakness. This coin was showing weakness during this. Now when I say weakness, never think that I'm talking about file forever as a weak coin. Never think that way. Never assume that way. When I say weakness, I'm talking about weakness during this downturn, during this consolidation. This coin could go crazy and make a big move like it did in past, because it has that potential and it could repeat it, and it could be a totally different coin. It could, not just file but other coins as well. So whenever I say weakness, I'm talking about whatever downturn we saw, whatever correction we saw, and last 3 months of consolidation we saw. I'm talking about that. It is, I'm not generalizing. For an example, I used to talk a lot about Link because Link was one of the not one of the actually the strongest coin, like around a year ago or a year and a half ago. It used to, of course, it outperformed BTC for 2 years before that, and where nobody was even came close to what Link used to do, and many times it used to diverge. So, and from BTC, it would go against BTC, and sometime, it doesn't care what BTC would do, and so on. And it was so amazing. And so I focused a lot, and covered a lot for a reason, because it deserved. But after, if you look at last 1 year or a little more, it doesn't have that charm. It is not the same coin. So now, my attention is not equal, right, for a reason. And it is, again, it's a point is, I don't have that kind of mindset that, okay, because it was wonderful 3 years ago, 2 years ago, it remains the same. No, it has to be changed. If anyone is doing well, then then that has to be paid attention. If there is more potential somewhere, we can pay attention there, and talk more about that coin and so on, and tag them as a weak or strong accordingly. And Link is like any other coin for in current days. It's no longer the hero. However, so point is, it had a glorious days, but it doesn't. So we had to take that way, but it doesn't mean that Link is now doomed. That's not, I mean. So if Link starts making a big move and come back to its original or earlier style, then again it requires attention and highlight, right? Why not? So similarly, so all that I say is contextual, context to the time or specific period. So you had to, and that's how it should be, in my opinion, because you cannot just make any coin favorite coin, or any coin, most hated one, right? You cannot do that. Otherwise you miss the opportunity or end up with risk. It's all about being in tune, not every other day, but being in tune with the trend. And that's what we do here. So file was amazing and we praised, but now here it did a pathetic job. I mean, it was the one of the weakest ones, so we had to say that. But we cannot say that this is a throwaway coin, by no mean, right? So that's a clarification. Okay. FTM, very similar. Left wing, right wing, mid level, excuse me, mid centerpiece. And now it's trying to climb up. GRT, one of not bad this time, otherwise it was like pretty weak. Not bad. HNT is one of the strongest one. Why? Because it didn't go down much after huge, I mean, good, not say huge, but good amount of upside move. There were there were like corrections, but you see how quickly it's recovering. So this has something, it's proving something, so why not? ICP, this coin is hated by the most, and they are going to be surprised. That's my simple statement. It has retested the low. This was an opportunity. This was an opportunity. It's still an opportunity. I tweeted about this as well today. Those who get it, get it. IOTA made a new lows. Yes, you see, this is a weakness. Now it's trying to recover. Still much below. It's a downtrend line. Which one? You can just simply draw like this and like this. Still, it has to cover a lot of ground. It tried to recover but rejected by previous support here. Kawa is much better. You see why? Because it made higher lows. It didn't come down all the way like many other coins. So this is one of the strongest coin. Reason? Who cares? But it has shown that character. Volatile, yes. Highly volatile, yes. Retention of value, pretty good comparatively. KCS is also good one. It has a tendency to make larger move, but one of the strongest coin. One of the strongest coins. Look at the potential here, and I think I covered this in past, but let me cover you specially because this coin has to pay attention. You should pay attention, in my point of view. I'll show you weekly for this coin for a reason, because it got rejected from its previous all-time high. Okay, right from R3, not a random number. um, and now it is making this loop. If you look at it, let me show you the pattern here. First of all, this is a pattern, so you can say this is a cup and handle pattern. If you um, create one arch like this is a very steep one but not a bad one. And then, so this is not a perfect bowl kind of a structure, but we'll take it. And then this is a nice little handle, and then you see symmetry here, that on the left hand side this is right hand side, and then it is trying to go up. So nice symmetry here, right? And again, so you will see R3 is a point of like confluence point, previous all-time high, and then it will look for new high. So this coin, I would say pay attention, because once it breaks above R3, we're talking about new beginning. Um, okay, KSM, not bad, but I mean, it was amazing earlier phase. This was more or less at the same level as like near the bottom. You never know. This it could make a big move and then should be good later. Okay, that link. See, link that I talked about. Let's look at without drawings. See, there's it has not even there's no it is no longer a hero, and still it is the case like any other coin. In fact, it made a new low, like dot made a new low, and few other coins. So and stronger coins are somewhere here. So this coin, of course, is good coin, but price point of view, trading point of view, gain point of view, it's not attractive enough. Not at this stage. We'll see when it becomes. LTC is similar thing, weaker coin. It made me think now, should I change my LTC as a unit or currency, go for something else? Because but I'll give some more time. I'll not conclude yet. But yeah, I did think about this yesterday. Anyways, I'll give some more time. Mm, yeah, so Matic is a crazy coin, right? I mean, it could really move, make a huge move, and you cannot say in one day it could make a move of 50-60% and crazy move like that. So I don't care where it stands, really speaking. This is a coin where it could, recover from any level, because this has a potential of making huge move. So this is all one of the strongest one, still the strongest one. This was definitely not a good sign, but it was totally different coin, which I like. Everybody was going down and it went up on May 19th. Everybody went down and it went up, and not just went up, it was very close to the all-time high, and then of course it lost everything. And so totally behaving in a different way, um, compared to Bitcoin, especially totally going against it. And so I like it, because if everybody each and every coin is like BTC or following BTC blindly, then there's no fun. That's why sometimes, so I was attracted more towards stocks in between, because there's no fun. If everybody is following BTC, what to trade, you know there's nothing to trade then. If there has to be some coins which would do something weird, something different, then it makes more sense. And I hope in coming days we'll see more. I'm sure in future the alts are going to diverge. I have no doubt about it. But major occasions like what we saw, it is not going to do different. But before the major correction, they were actually diverging, and they were really strong and doing something different than BTC. So I mentioned that time that it is a sign where we are seeing divergence. And I'm sure as they get more, as they deliver more, they become more strong in their fundamentals, they're going to diverge from BTC. When I say diverge, means it's not necessarily if the market collapse, like 40-50%, they are going to behave in a similar way still, because they are not really in production or live. They are live net, but to me live is means when you use it. So all this is crap. To me, if you're using a coin, that's live, as simple. The live net is not live for me. My only fundamental, the real use. Okay, if the coin is in real use, then I'm interested to listen about the fundamental. There are two types of fundamentals. One is fundamental good in terms of, let's say, technology, some breakthroughs. Like for example, we have security related breakthrough in terms of, let's say we talk about signature, which is like lightweight signature but strong enough, like Snorsh signature we talk about, right? The BTC upgrade, which is lightweight and improves scalability because it has reduced the size of the signature, and so less smaller payload and so on. So that kind of advancement, so it's a fundamental development in the technological area where it's solving technical problems. So that's one way to look at fundamental, right? Another fundamental is like engagement tie-ups, that kind of fundamental, that okay, this is a, this coin has tied up with that coin, that coin has tied up with Amazon cloud, that this coin has tied up with so and so, that kind of relationship building. But that's still a development. This is not release. These are development, there's fundamentals, but this is not about release. Release, yeah, they do release, but that release is not release from a usage point of view. So this release is incremental release, that feature release, but not a product release. There is a difference between software release and a product release. You can release software on a specific environment, but product has to be usable. um, then it makes sense. Then there is fundamental. To me, BNB, actually I weigh a lot, because BNB is a product. It is being used. So it is practical product. It is really in use, right? So it has value. Why? Because you can measure how much BNB is being practically used. So, but still, of course, I mean, it is BTC dominates and all, but that's how I see. For me, real usage is the only fundamental. Anyways, let's come back. So I like to see some coins which would do something weird, different than Bitcoin, because then we'll have option, right? And then it makes sense, like stock market. Not all stocks follow each other, and a specific index or whatever. That's a beauty. There's always something to trade in stock market. Even the COVID, fun example. Many coin fell, but many coin went, sorry, I keep on saying coin. Many stock fell, but many stock went up as well during COVID situation, because they were driven by fundamentals, real fundamentals, where when the COVID thing happened, all coins went down. So there's no fundamental. Okay, anyways, nkn nkn made new low, but it's not that bad. Not that bad. What I like about is it kept on falling. But what I like about this one is, you see the size of the candle. Even this is 3-day scale. The size of the candle shows how the volatility, the degree of volatility, and it is very low, very low. So you will see that coin is dropping. Fine, disappointing, annoying, yes, but it has a pattern, very smooth clear path, and predictable path. See it, if it is predictable, or you can anticipate something, then it is still good. What you don't want is a huge move and then a pump and a bump, in a sequential manner. That is chaotic, because that plays with your emotion. This doesn't play with your emotion in a way, because you know that it is going down, and you can simply draw a line from here, for an example, like this. And you can draw a line, and you can say rejection and reaction, not the rejection yet, right? Reaction. So you can figure out that, what, once it breaks above this, then this is good. So even though it is going down, at least you're not hopeful saying, oh, you know what, this is going to go up now. You know that, okay, I got a bounce here but not enough, I got a bounce here but not enough. I know that. Why? Because it's still following this line. So see, this NKN is just an example, but I'm giving you perspective again, that this is how you see things. Then it will help you analyzing and pick coins. These are inputs, a very very unconventional way to look at things probably, but this is how I see. So I think it's worth sharing. Now, so NKN is pathetic in terms of, and there's nothing, but I like it because it's predictable. When something is predictable, it is good, not necessarily from price action point of view, but it is good because that's not surprising you. Where in fact Kawa looks good, let me show you Kawa, but it's so volatile. Look at this one. The Kawa is here, not down or not mid new low, or but it's so chaotic. Look at the movement. It's every other day it was like moving up and down like crazy, compared to NKN. Look at the size of the candle of both. Compare. That's your self study. And look at this one. You can at least know that what is happening with NKN. So again, this is not about NKN. You can take any other coin and take that. Doge is similar, NKN is similar, WRX is similar. You can compare three coins and you will understand what I mean. So OGN, I mentioned that this is the opportunity. It had hit this. Sorry, my bad. I'm mixing up. Ignore that statement. It's now it's forming base, very clear base, right? It reacted from R2. Now you can expect it to hit this level and then this one and so on. This is a base forming. This is like bottom forming, bottom formation, looking really good. RLC um, hit the R1, almost hit the R1. It was a good move. Then you see how it broke above this trend line, retested this trend line. Now it's climbing up above the support, previous support, which was broken under the influence of BTC. This is like not a not its own behavior, but under influence. So now the base is wider. Now this is more like structure has changed. You see, this is how it is now. The loop is wider, something like this. SKL was rejected by this orange line, so it has to reach to this line. I'll just extend this line. Today it's looking good, 18.5% up, quickly bouncing. It was rejected by previous support which was broken few days ago. That's approaching that. So next reaction is this time. If this continue moving up, this is going to break about. No, I don't see any issue. Then it's going to react near the orange. So I'm extending this. So somewhere depends when, it depends where it reached, when it reached, and it all depends how fast it moves. So if it fast enough, then it would hit this here or here, depends on its speed. But this orange line is going to be the line where it is going to react, and next time, this time, it's not going to be rejected. It will break above. SOL, okay, now similar to ADA, nothing different. If you look at same thing, if you draw a line similar to ADA, you can compare it. SRM, more or less similar, nothing new. Sushi today is down by 5%. It was good last 3 days, still good, right? It formed this bottom here. Nice one, nice move, saying that I'm staying away from this bottom. That's a sign. So this 3 day move was significant. There is a crazy coin, a good one, surprisingly. I don't know how and why, I don't care, but somehow it is performing really well. Again, this, and you can simply assume that somewhere here is going to react because of this trend line. Yeah, it's going to react here. I can draw So this is going to break above this support. This time it was rejected here, you see that, but now it's going to go above and react somewhere, but this time it will go past this one, and then retest this level and continue moving up. So this is coming out. Theta is looking good for last 3 4 days, right? Really good. Today is also good. One of the strongest coins, performance wise also. Bit volatile recently, but tremendous gain in last 16 months. When I was looking for the second coin for the indicator, nobody voted except one later. I was thinking why nobody is talking about Theta when I asked question about second coin after Ethereum. Glad someone mentioned, but then, you know, because this is Theta was one of the star, actually underrated in terms of performance. It went up by 12k. Have you seen its percentage gain from March? I'll draw a line. Even at this level it's 15k percentage, and it went up to 37,000 percentage in last 16 months, 17 months. And this is the star actually in terms of performance, even better than Doge. Doge was little better in terms of percentage, but this is like without any major hiccups. This was like consistently good. So this is number one in terms of performance if you look at it. Most underrated in or in not much talked about. Uni, it has to break about this, but it is good forming this base, nice looking. VET is getting better, similar to many other coin. VRA is similar to, now you see NCAN, VRA, Doge, WRX, same category. Tiny candles, descending chair. Very simple. You can draw a line and you can figure out what is happening. Waves today is better. This is one of the volatile coins in recent times. It wasn't like that earlier. Anyways, nice base formation here. See WRX I was talking about. You will now get it. What I mean. Similar. Zen. Zen is similar but more at a steeper. Very similar. The angle is different. That's it. Zilliqa is also bad in terms of performance. It was star coin, one of the stars. Like especially here and here, then it was not that good. Anyway, so in this phase, it was really showing the weakness. Like in terms of drop, percentage wise, it dropped by 80%. So this is also you do as your homework, self study. Then from their recent all time high, right? How many percentage of drop each one had. So that can be your self study. Yeah, how much maximum drawdown. For example, we'll take a BNB from the top, right? At this moment it's down by 55%. The deepest was 70 roughly. We take the HNT for example. From here the maximum was 60 and 44. right? So this is one of the methods where you can say, in this tough time, how much they dropped during this tough time. That will give you different another perspective, and then you can put different things together and say, okay, which one makes sense. Anyway, so this is yeah, we are done with all the urges, and I'll conclude this session with this, yeah, comment. So far so good, right? Everything is looking good. BTC is looking good, and as I said, different coins will go up at different times. Never chase the coin, just keep your coin like few coins. You shuffle if you want to shuffle it gradually, but not because something is pumping you to chase and do in and out like that. Do plan wise, do gradually, and not so often, right? More patience is required. In a long run you will see the benefit. So I think this week is ending really well so far, and next week should be even better if this continues, right? So with that note, I think we are entering in a good time, and the darkness is behind. At least the worst part is behind for now, and we'll see if there is any change. We'll see. But at this moment, we don't have to think about worst case scenarios. It is for the past now.